Alright, test, test, test. Sync, audio sync. A scenery like this is truly peaceful. And I know to some people, my entire aesthetic of uploading videos might seem really weird. But funnily enough, the better you get to know yourself, the less you care about trivial opinions. It's one thing if I'd happen to get an opinion from someone who I know is truly conscious and successful, but someone who's just a nobody, like it's nothing, man, truly. Life truly is crazy. I watched back a video of me documenting a bit of my life 2 years ago. And I was still in school at that time. It was before I dropped out 2 years ago. Like, I'm telling you, I was an entirely different person. Entirely different. Yet somehow, right now, it feels like I've been stuck for so long. But it's not even that I've been stuck for so long. It's just that my development has been so intense. Like, it has been very, very intense. Like, every day, day in and day out, I progressed, whether it is on an emotional maturity level, is becoming more conscious about the world, about myself, or educating myself about various topics, about investments, marketing, sales, or whatever. Like 2.5 years ago, I didn't even know anything about online businesses. 4 years ago, the only thing I knew was crypto and dropshipping, but I didn't know the possibilities of it. Not any of it. I just knew I wanted a lot more out of life than I had, and I still do. The only difference is that I've realized the actual importance of your thoughts. And my thoughts have changed very drastically. I remember in like ninth grade, like 5 years ago or something, all I wanted was like 30, 40K to get a car and a dog. That was my goals because I hadn't really seen anything else. Like that seemed like an achievement. Fast forward, a few years. Now I'm 21, which is crazy. And I lost 30k like that without it even affecting me that much. It was enough to get a decent car, to get a dog, to get a deposit for an apartment if I wanted to. This camera and lens, 4k. My computer, 2k. All my peripherals a bit as well. Like money that I've acquired before YouTube and before working. I spent a lot of money on dumb shit as well, like clothing and all of that, for way too much. And I'm not saying this to flex at all, because it really isn't anything to flex, like truly. And trust me, I know that this is nothing to flex. I'm just saying this to put some perspective into the entire situation. Like, if you forget to zoom out, some things might just seem like it's a waste. Like it's not worth it. I felt like it at times. I'm not even gonna cap. But that's life. And matter of fact, 2 years, it's a lot of time. But at the same time, it's not that much. And right now, I've actually, kind of actualized the start of my vision to document my journey, not a journey that I'm replicating of someone else, but documenting my journey and wherever I'll go in life. And now I've actually got an action plan to take me where I want in life as well. At least the first steps. I mentioned it in a previous video where you need to do the unsexy things sometimes. And that's what I'll do now. I'm not even gonna bother selling a course on SMMA or anything like that, because it's not worth ruining your reputation for a few tens of thousands maybe. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've got a way bigger vision than that, but I just have a very hard time imagining myself feeling fulfilled from selling a course, getting a Rolex or two, a Lambo. Like, even in terms of the monetary side, I have a very hard time thinking that that solely will fulfill me. I need something deeper than that. And if it was to be monetary fulfillment only, then I'd not want to get it from selling courses. Or I'd want to get way more money than that and actually sell something that provides a genuine value to someone. But right now, I know the best course of action for me is to just work, put down the work, document the journey. And yeah, the newsletter will be free. Maybe I'll do a few paid posts here and there for more in-depth topics, which people usually charge money for, like for courses. Like, I know for a fact that I have some posts that I've written that could be turned into courses alone, that could be sold for, what do I know, $100 a piece, like 3 or 4. And I'm thinking about just putting them into posts and selling them for, or not even selling them, including them into my Substack and just charging like a very, very nominal fee of like €9 per month or something like that, which everyone can afford. Like, that's literally less than one fast food meal a month. And the amount of knowledge, insights that you can get from that, especially if you're in the like 15 to 27 year range. Like, yeah, the insights will be, obviously I can't speak for everyone, but I'd like to believe that it's worth it. Or you don't need to spend anything. Majority of things will be free regardless. And it's more so to just document it and have it for future purposes, whatever it is, like for a VC investment thesis, trading thesis, and all of that. And maybe some mindset posts will be combined into an even more elaborate thing for a program or something. Like, this is just a sketch, and that's the reason why I won't charge for it. And if I charge, not charge a lot for it, because I still want it to be accessible. And some of the things that I'm writing, I genuinely wish that I had known sooner. And those things that I genuinely wanted to have known sooner, I'm not even gonna charge for. But yeah, I honestly don't know exactly what I wanted to get said with this. I'm just listening to music, honestly, and speaking of it. But yeah, it's crazy how much things change, how fast they change. And if you don't zone out, it will feel like you're stuck. Like, right now is a perfect example of how one bad day turned into a bad week, how a bad week turned into a bad month, and how a bad month turned into a bad quarter, and how a bad quarter turned into 3 bad quarters for me. But even so, these 3 quarters, they aren't completely wasted. I've still learned so much during this time. And I've still made progress, honestly. I've still done things. I've still experienced things. And not only that, I'm still so much further ahead of my previous self. Like, I'm still so much better off than I was a few years ago. And I know for a fact that my younger self, this is exactly where I wish I'd be. Although this position right here, maybe a bit sooner, so I can get my, like, in 3 years, or my future version of myself and now would have been ideal. But I'm not even stressing it. Obviously I have urgency, but I'm not even gonna stress it. Like, the only thing you can do is do the best with your time. Like, if I'm gonna work 8 hours per day, I'm gonna train twice per day, and I'm gonna commute and use my time wisely when I commute. And there's nothing more I can do than just be humble and just accept the knowledge that comes my way, accept the fucking obstacles that come my way, and fucking tackle them and go through them. Don't try to fucking turn around and go the other way. Just go fucking straight through them and just work with whatever I got. Like, very, very simple Stoic concept. Extremely, extremely simple. But it's not as easy to understand. Like, what's inside your control or what's in your control, that's the only thing you can really affect. What's outside of it, like, you can't even stress it. It's not worth stressing over. And this is not a fucking silly excuse to give yourself to not work hard, to not do the things that you don't want to do when you need to do them. It's not an excuse to be lazy. It's not an excuse to be complacent or anything like that. It just is. It just is, honestly. Like, if you can save yourself the stress, it will just be easier to go through life, man. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna be honest with you as well. I'm not sure that you can even save yourself from the stress until you've actually been down, like, in dark places mentally, and just know that certain things are not even worth stressing over. But until you've been there yourself, like, it will stress you out. And that's okay. That's part of it. But you'll come to a point where, compared to the bigger picture, some things are just trivial, and some things, although they might not necessarily be trivial, they're just part of the journey, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Or if there is anything you can do about it, you might not be able to do anything about it right now. Or there are other things that are more important right now. And then you just have to accept that these things, they'll be as is and they'll be there. They'll not be enjoyable to think about, to go through, but it is what it is. But don't forget to zoom out, to see how far you've already come. And even if you haven't come far, just be grateful for the fact that you've watched this video right now and probably realized that the future you have ahead of you is still attainable. Because I'm pretty sure that whoever is watching this, you're not laying on your deathbed right now. And if you are, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't have anything to say to you to comfort you, but maybe send this to your grandchildren or kids if you have any. And if you don't, well, I don't know. And although I put a lot of emphasis on zoning or zooming out, another thing that I've understood during recent months is that being too much in your head isn't good either. Zooming out and thinking where you were before or looking too far into the future won't help you either. You need to strike a very fine balance of being grateful for how far you've taken yourself, actually doing the best of what you can with the resources you have right now, and working towards the future, towards your vision, towards your goals. You need to find a balance. If you're just stuck up in your vision and just dream all day long, you will not get anything done at all. You'll just be stagnant in your journey. And if you just look back, being grateful for how far you'll come or how far you've come, then yet again you'll be stagnant. And if you have a dark past, like just obsessing over the past will just fuck with your head. Like, the more energy and the more thought and the more power you give to your thoughts, like the more power it will have over your mind, over your daily life, and that will affect your decisions in your daily life, the speed at which you can reach the end goal of your vision and all of that. So if you have, what do I know, a great past, I don't know, maybe good to think of here and there, but nothing really beneficial. If you had a bad past, even less worth thinking about it, because you just get stuck in that headspace of negativity, and you'll feed yourself negative energy and just feed yourself depressive thoughts and feel depressed and all of that. So that is definitely not worth it either, because that's another thing that I've realized. People don't like being around depressed people. It's something that I don't personally like either. Like, if someone is depressed around me, I just feel like, why the fuck are you being depressed? Like, just cheer up a bit. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for the people that you're around. But then again, like, I myself am not at the brightest headspace at all times. But then, like, I don't know, I don't really like surrounding myself around people during those times either. But I just noticed that, like, I radiate a different energy and I receive a different energy when I'm in that headspace compared to when I'm very optimistic about the future, very positive with myself, and just overall in a good mood. Like, if I'm in a good mood and all of that, things are just more dancey, flowing through with more ease, if that makes sense. Like, you're just going through the day, and I don't know, it goes faster somewhat. Hard to explain. But when you're in that, like, depressed mood or whatever, like, I can say a very vivid example. Like, this is nothing that I intended or wanted to do, but I was at the gym and I was not feeling that happy or anything like that. But I remember I was just looking at people like normally. I didn't try to force a specific, like, what's it called? I didn't try to look at them like a specific way, if that makes sense. But I noticed that a lot of people, they, as soon as I gazed at them, they just looked away. And I don't want to make it sound like aura or anything like cringy like that, because that is definitely not what I mean. I mean that it's a different type of, I don't know, like, darkness that people don't feel welcomed to looking into. You've probably seen some people's eyes, like, you don't know what's behind there, but you just don't want to look into their eyes. And then there's some people that just look neutral, and then there's some people that look happy. Those people who look happy and those people who look like they're happy with themselves, live a nice life and all of that. Like, you feel invited to look at them, if that makes sense. Obviously, it's not like you'd stare into their souls being all giggly and happy, but I think you get my point. And the same way you feel about looking at them different happy, not happy. That's the same like energy that you'll go through in life. So being too stuck up in your thoughts and thinking about the past or the present or the future, depending on which direction it's looking to go for you, it's not really gonna be beneficial for you. Like, your thoughts are so fucking powerful. Like, the only thing that's stopping you from achieving anything you want, and that is literally your thoughts and action on those thoughts. And yes, it is much easier said than done, but that is really is. Like, imagine whoever invented lights, like Nikola Tesla or whoever did it. Like, he conjured a magical source of light from nothing. It took him 1,000 tries, and he just created light, like light, actual light. Imagine actually just pressing this button and getting light, like transmuting a source of energy and turning it into light in the midst of this darkness. Yet here some of us people, we are complaining about our lives, not being able to get out of bed, not being able to do one thing or the other. Like, that is kind of crazy to me. And that proves so much about your mindset and your thoughts, because I can guarantee you that although genetics play importance into this, it doesn't matter if you would have been born with worse genetics. If you tried 1,000 times and gained experience 999 times until you actually succeeded the 1,000th time, maybe it would have taken him 100 more tries if he wasn't born with that intelligence, or maybe even 1,000 times more, because multiplying the different variables, or maybe even 2,000 tries, who knows, but he'd still most likely do it. So yeah, thought attributes a lot to your overall success, or lack of, rather. Like, everything you surround yourself, everything you consume on a daily basis, shape your thoughts. And your thoughts, like, they form your actions, your feelings, turns into habits, turn into lifestyles, and that loop perpetuates itself. Your feelings will go on autopilot, and like, your feelings, your thoughts, and everything will just go on autopilot, and your lifestyle will become even more deeply ingrained into your identity, and everything will be harder to change. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, if you've been into business or anything like that, you're probably aware of constraints. And constraints are essentially things that bottleneck your business processes. And your thoughts are the absolute biggest constraints to your success. Absolute biggest. And some people have been born with more unfortunate circumstances where they've been fed experiences that shape their thoughts into negative lifestyles, or that in its own turn shape a negative lifestyle. But after a certain age and after a certain consciousness, it all lays in your own hands. Like, for me for example, like, I can't blame my parents. I can only be grateful for them at this point, because blaming doesn't help anything. But being grateful, seeing the good and even bad things, helps you with finding reasons, solutions, and it's just an overall powerful thing. I don't know, I feel like I'm yapping now. But maybe you get what I'm trying to say. Or maybe you don't, I don't know. Regardless, I've been recording for 31 minutes right now. Ain't that a bit crazy? Feels like there's so much in my head that I just want to have said, that I don't know. I'm honestly not sure what my purpose is in this life. And it's not like I deep it like that. Now it might sound like a very, I don't know, depressed tone. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm just quite tired right now, because clock is almost fucking 1. And it's the latest I've been to bed for the past 1.5, 2 weeks, since I've fixed my sleep schedule, or started fixing it. Yeah, quitting nicotine and caffeine as well. Gradually quitting nicotine. I've decreased the content quite a lot now, actually. These are 3 milligrams. And I've taken maybe 10 today, plus 2 from another. From that to about 200 milligrams of nicotine per day before, to now 40 milligrams. Yet again, zooming out, day to day or second to second might not seem like anything, but if you zoom out, progress. And in 2 months' time, hopefully I'll have quit entirely, and then I can decide if I want to start again or if I don't want to. But I started with nicotine when I was so young that I forgot how I even feel without it, or how I even function without it. And I don't like that. So I'm gonna quit now, just to see how I function and operate without it. And then maybe implement it like low dosages on occasions when I work or something. Shit, man. And then another thing. if you're someone who is actually conscious and aware of the abilities or the opportunities rather that exists in this online space, then it's better for you to just fill your plate so much that you don't have time to think about the trivial things. Because let's say you work full time and maybe an extra job outside of that, and that is the ideal thing, because that leaves you with just enough time to force yourself to only focus on the important things. Like, the thing with documenting your journey on YouTube is, and that in itself is such a dumb idea, honestly. The only reason I'm doing this right now is because I have the time, because I have nothing else to do. Because this isn't creating any sort of leverage for me. And I know that this could be good for future leverage to build an audience and all of that, which can be used in the future and essentially as build up momentum for the algorithm to kick off. But I also know that that in itself is not gonna be very beneficial or useful at all unless I personally decide to do something with that power, if that makes sense. And I don't know, another thing that is actually very important, which I'm contradicting a lot with this entire video and this entire YouTube channel, is being intent. Being intent with what you're doing and having intention in your life. Like knowing what you want to accomplish, knowing what you want to do. And like in this video right there, I don't have any structure, I don't have any intent with it. And this entire YouTube channel, I haven't really had any intent with the videos either. But there's still one thing that I have, which might not be seen as intention on the front end, but on the back end side of things. My intention with this channel is two things. First of all, right now it's just making videos until I find what actually clicks for me, what works for me, what I wouldn't say like to do, but that I don't dislike doing and feels quite seamless to the journey and aligns with me. Like, I'm not really the type to go out vlogging, and yet again, that's a belief that I put onto myself. I'm aware of it. At least as of now, that's the way I feel. And then, secondly, I know that YouTube having an audience will never hurt. The only fucking downside with that is that you're bound. I always crack. You're bound to reach, I don't know if fame is the right word, but exposure at a bigger scale if you want leverage from people at a bigger scale. And that's something that I'm very, very split about. Because ideally I just like to live in peace without any eyes on me. But then again, let's say this channel sometime in the future gets 100k subscribers or 1 million subscribers, and I continue doing what I'm doing right now, but I've just progressed so much with what I'm doing. Crypto, sales, marketing, and all of that. Like, let's say just 1% of my subscribers convert some way or another. 1% of 1 million. That is 10,000. Do you realize what you can do with 10,000 people? Like 10,000. Let's say I have a fucking venture fund and I charge something. I charge a performance fee only. No, like a flat fee under a certain percent and then a performance fee. I take a minimum deposit of like 20k. Let's say 20k for the sake of it. So 20,000 times 10,000, that is 200 million. And then, since I'm new into the business and all of that, I still have my edge, I still have my wins, but I'm not as established. I'm a YouTuber, quote unquote, that started a VC, not a VC that started a YouTube channel. So let's say I take like a 10% of the wins. But let's say 200 mil. Like, you hear it yourself, 200 mil. 10% of the wins from that. And not only that, like once you have an audience, you have an excuse to write off things of tax. Like whatever you see these people, these celebrities have, like you can find reasons to write off everything. If you want a watch, go start a fucking watch dealership. You have your Richard Milles, you have your Rolexes, you have your APs, you have your whatever watch. You start a dealership and write them off. If you want a car, you can do the same thing. If you want a mansion, a house, basically do the same thing. If you want to buy a house, if you want to go on a trip, write it off on your YouTube channel. Like there's so many opportunities once you actually get money. And money, obviously we all know the compound effect of money. Like the more money you have, the more money you make. But the more knowledge you have, the more knowledge you can acquire, or the more specific, the more impactful knowledge you can acquire. And if you have both money and you have knowledge, and the compounding effect of both of these, both knowledge compounding with knowledge and money compounding with money, and you let them compound together, like there are endless possibilities in this world. Like, just look at Elon Musk, for example. He has started Tesla, he has started SpaceX, he owns Twitter. Like, that man is rich and he has so much power, so much control, and he can do so much. Yet he's bound to society's laws and government because the society we live in, and at least in the States, yeah. Once you reach those heights, it's not really like you can live like a normal person anymore. But that's just one of the sacrifices. Like, would you rather be broke and essentially not having to care about if the law and the government is up your ass telling you how to act and how not to? Or would you rather have whatever you want and be able to do whatever you want, but have a few select people tell you this you cannot do and this you should do? If you don't do this, then that. But this absolutely you cannot do. And then occasional just like interventions where you don't really have any say. But then again, that's the same if you're broke. Like, let's say you're getting evicted or whatever. Like, you don't have any say if you're getting evicted. If you're rich, yeah, different problems. But yeah, you pick your poison. I'll go with rich though. I might actually split this up into 2 videos because it feels like I talked about 2 different things. At the start I talked more generally, and as the video progressed I gradually transitioned to more personal thoughts or my own vision. But yeah, man, I'm tired now. So I'm not gonna sleep much longer, I was about to say, but stay awake. So yeah. But thank you for watching though. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, man. And we're gonna move soon. Gonna pack the rest of this tomorrow. And then we'll be gone. We'll be gone. Start of a new life. Start training every fucking day. Is the intention. And well, yeah, obviously work every day as well. Tough times don't last. What's the pain gonna pass? She but this and all lost done. See, I'm Ronaldo. Come in the house, my mama bad as a child. Imagine beefing with a brother on a random account. New song in a formative though. It's corona so no, you know, fam is like the more they control. Nigga, my brother 8 years. Huh? The man show me love when I was grinding by the change. Whenever I'm around, they're smiling, but it's fake. If music don't cut it, then the crime is gonna pay. Time to disappear and hibernate. All the women that I fuck with say I'm something else. Cause I put money first and I don't really trust these girls. But what my brothers doing top and toss. This ain't for the fake or the small minded, small circle valley we were riding. This is for the soul sighted, very passion. This is for the law abiding. I'm feeling see it for the skyscrapers. This is another funny thing. Small circle violate we all riding. There's levels to this whole thing. Like imagine having so much power that you can just eliminate whatever person for whatever reason and getting away with it. Like that's basically the top echelon of the states. If they want to do something and if they find a reason for it, well, then you're just gone. So yeah, if I'm gone after this video, then I guess you know why. But yeah. And then there's obviously, you know what, I'm not even gonna go into details about all of that. You probably know just as much as I do. Some even more, probably. Well, yeah, man. I could have had a fucking AP on this hand. Even a fucking Nautilus. A Rolex? Easily. I could have had like, if I just wanted day chests, I could have had my whole fucking arm filled with day chests. But instead I decided to greed. And I lost my money. I could have prevented that by zooming out. I'm doing the best with what I could in the moment and not being too far ahead in my head. But it is what it is, honestly. Nothing major. Like, honestly, rather have me lose 30k now than 300k in a year and a half. Like, either way, I would have lost to get the lesson. So, yeah. But not really gonna end this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you found some value in it or some enjoyment or whatever you want to refer to it as. But yeah, it's time for me to go to bed now. Peace and thanks for watching.